team, I'm Maddie. Welcome to Science Side Up, and today we're going to talk about whether or not there is life on Venus. I'm so excited. Okay, so couple housekeeping things before we get to the super fun stuff about Venus that I'm so stoked for. One, yeah, I cut my hair. I'm still too scared to go to like a salon, but it was so long. I just like cut a foot off of it yesterday. So I think it doesn't look completely terrible for me doing this in my bathroom at 11 o'clock at night. I'm definitely handling not leaving my house well. Definitely handling that so well. Don't have cabin fever. Okay, 2, this was not the video that I had planned for last Sunday. I was gonna do like episode 2 of Gaming Grad School, and that's gonna come out this coming Sunday. But then astronomers from MIT, from my old department, yeah, those humans, they found potential evidence for life on Venus, and I got really stoked. And so I was like, nope, we gotta do a video about that. We gotta do the thing. We gotta do the thing. So we're gonna do the thing. Okay, and our approach here is going to be kind of like what we did even with like the chemtrails video. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in, we're gonna find the like Pop Science article. I've got the New York Times pulled up. And then we're gonna go to the original source and just like make sure that we understand what's going on. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's get into it. Is Venus. This is what scientists actually found for what they found on Venus. So they found a high concentration of phosphine in the atmosphere of Venus. So you can do this, you can find concentrations of different either elements or molecules with a telescope. So you look at, like, you send out a light signal and you see where it absorbs in the EM spectrum, and then that tells you something about the composition of the atmosphere. And so what we found on Venus was this high concentration of phosphine. So here's what phosphine looks like. So it's a phosphorus molecule with 3 hydrogen molecules that attach to it. And basically, phosphine is like really hard to make. So if you just have your phosphorus and you want to smash those hydrogen atoms so that they like covalently bond to the phosphorus atom, you need lots and lots and lots of heat and pressure, the likes of which you don't get in the atmosphere of one of the terrestrial planets. So that is Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. Mercury effectively doesn't have an atmosphere. It actually has a really weak sodium-based atmosphere, but that's a whole different video. And then we obviously have our atmosphere, and Mars has an atmosphere, but it's about 2 orders of magnitude less stuff than what we have here on Earth, and theirs is almost entirely carbon dioxide. And then Venus has a super thick atmosphere, and there's definitely a lot of carbon in it, but it also has a lot of like other molecules that are common in Earth's atmosphere too. Okay, so there is no chemical process that we know of, so that like chemists or atmospheric chemists know of, that could cause phosphine to be produced at these levels in the atmosphere. It has about 1,000 times more phosphine in its atmosphere than Earth does. And that's, sorry, I'm really excited, and so I'm kind of talking ahead of myself. But so Venus and Earth are about the same size. So our atmospheres are actually like about the same size. Venus just has a different composition. Before I get too far ahead of myself in my excitement, what I want to talk to you guys about a little bit is, okay, so why do I take this claim seriously, but I don't take chemtrail claims seriously? What is it about this Pop Science article that's better than other Pop Science articles we've looked at, right? Because this is, I mean, it's New York Times. As a journalistic source, it's pretty reliable, right? But it's still like Pop Science, and I, as a scientist, am very wary of Pop Science. So maybe were they exaggerating to get like views on the title, right? Because like scientists find evidence of microbial life in Venus's atmosphere sounds like a conspiracy theory or fiction, or you know, it's something we should be skeptical of. And there's nothing wrong with being skeptical, and we should absolutely check our sources. So what's great is that right here, not there, here we go. In like the fourth paragraph of the newspaper article, at least in the online version, they have links to the academically published papers. Here is the article from Nature Astronomy. So hierarchy of academic science journals. Nature and Science are the two big ones, right? Most scientists will go their entire careers and never get an article published in either of those journals, right? So that's like the gold medal. That's a big deal if you get published in Nature or Science. Second tier, under those two, both Nature and Science have like sub-journals like Nature Astronomy, Nature Geophysics, Nature whatever have you. And so that's like silver medal. So this is like a silver medal awesomeness in terms of articles. And it's talking about how they found this anonymously high concentration of phosphine gas in the cloud decks of Venus. So what does that mean? How do you make phosphine? Well, we know that here on our little small blue dot of Earth, the places on planet Earth where we find anonymously high concentrations of phosphine are associated with microorganisms, so think like single cellular organisms, that are living and thriving in anaerobic environments. Anaerobic just means that there's no oxygen. So the type of environment that you want if you're brewing beer. So what this article basically says, and I know at least the abstract is available to the general public, so you can read that summary, the abstract, for yourself if you'd like. But what this basically says is that, okay, they found anonymously high concentrations of phosphine, and they have ruled out every other process that they can think of other than their existing microbial life in the Venetian atmosphere. So what does that mean to the question, is there life on Venus? Right now, the answer is maybe. We don't know, it's not proven, we haven't discovered life, but maybe. And if we read this article, and I actually there's a whole article in the MIT Technology Review, I think I'll try to link that in the description, and I'll link the New York Times article in the description, and I'll put a link to this, at least the abstract here in the description, so you can check all these sources for yourself. But what I really liked about the discussion in the MIT Technology Review article was that the scientists on this project never once say, we've discovered life, right? They say, okay, we found this thing, we found phosphine on Earth, and based off of all of our understanding of biology and chemistry, the only way to get this amount of phosphine in an environment like the one of like Venus's would be through microbial life. Now, something that we've never seen before could be happening, right? A chemical process could be going on in Venus's atmosphere that's, not from microbial life, right? Maybe it's just chemistry and we're getting excited over nothing. So it doesn't mean we haven't proven anything, we haven't discovered life. We've found something that right now, that's the best explanation we have. And what it means is that we should probably design and build and send an instrument to Venus to try to hang out in its atmosphere and see if there is life. Because right now, so much of NASA's exploration has been focused on getting to Mars. Because anything you send to Venus where the intent is to land on the surface is gonna last like a few hours. Right? Venus is an austere environment. It's not a place we could send people. Mars is a place we could send people. So like, we're people, we don't have an off switch, we want to go explore things. So much of our focus, and consequently like budget, has been focused at Mars, not Venus, right? So, but this is a really good indicator that like, hey, maybe we should send something to Venus designed to look for this type of microbial life or to understand how we're getting that phosphine. So yay, so in conclusion, what in the world did I just say? So if you're asking the question, is there life on Venus? Unfortunately, the answer is we don't know, but maybe, and that maybe is a lot stronger today than it was last week. And in science, that's like, if you're being honest, if you're working with an honest scientist, that's generally the best you can say. Okay, team, so that's all I've got for you today. I hope you liked this video. Please hit like and subscribe, comment, let me know if there's a topic you'd like to see, all that good stuff. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, I'll be able to film in my studio again because it won't be so blazingly hot that I die the second I shut the door to the garage. We'll see. And yeah, look for this Sunday, episode 2 of Gaming Grad School. We're gonna talk about learning how to learn. So I'm excited about that. I hope you guys are too. I hope you are well and those you care about are well. Stay safe and all that good stuff. Okay, until next time, team.